He didn't make it home for Thanksgiving, but with the tour schedule open for just 24 hours, he came back anyway. Not for a holiday, not for a break, but for people who remind him of who he is. This is a story about coming home, even when you were barely here long enough to unpack.
This is an interesting episode of Direct Discussions Podcast because this is probably the first time ever I've had a person come on for a second time. But but the reason why is because, we're in the holiday season, right? And holidays are about spending time with family. And family is very vague in a sense where it can be your loved ones at home. It can be the people you are closest with. But at the end of the day, it's about the people that you cherish the most. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Lyons.
What's up, y'all? What's up, my man?
What's up, dude? I'm so glad we were able to run it back just in time, right before you head off for a year and a half touring with MGK on the Lost Americana tour. I looked at the dates and I'm like, man, this dude's going to miss all these holidays. And it's so crazy, right? Because, right, especially right now, because we just went through Thanksgiving, Christmas is around the corner, and then when you're out on the road, you start thinking about family, and then the times that the memories that you could have been making and whatnot. But today was kind of special for you, won't you say? Because the tour kicked off a few weeks ago, but then you just happened to have enough time to come into town and visit family once more.
While most people were settling in the comfort of a holiday meal, Justin was somewhere in between cities, chasing stages, schedules, momentum. But even in the noise of a world tour, the pull of home doesn't disappear. Missing Thanksgiving stayed with him.
So I want to talk about that experience that you had because you just landed from Canada, right?
Just landed from Canada, man. I'm still tired, but I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah.
Once I wake, I think just give me like 10 minutes, I'll be up and at it,
Yeah, 100%.
But this is cool because this is a one-off. This has nothing to do with our show, our tour schedule. I think this was something that was booked like earlier in the year, so it was something that we had to stay dedicated to, which is great. But it being my hometown is fire because I didn't get to make it home for Thanksgiving this go around.
No, for sure.
So being able to come home and see like two of my favorite people, my mom and my grandmother, like that was very special. It was the reboot I needed.
Before the stage lights, before the crowd, before the chaos, he went back to the people who knew him all before this. His grandmother, his mother, the ones who call him Justin, not the persona, not the tour schedule, just him.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because, you got to think about it, everybody pulls their energy from some sort of, whether it's a group of people, a favorite place they like to go and recharge, or maybe something they like to consume, whether
for
it's...
sure.
Yeah.
Yep,
but for
sure.
you, your rock, the place where you recharge is your family. And I think that's very important because you got to think, you're on the road for a year and a half and these people become your family. Just like we talked about last time, like they become your family. But at the end of the day, you need to go back home, ground yourself, get those words of encouragement, and then take that in. That way you can be 110%.
Yeah, 1,000, man. And I believe in balance, man. That's kind of one of the words I've been throwing around all tour. Even my bandmates have been hearing me throw that word out a lot, balance, I think it's because my mom and my grandmother are older. So it's kind of more of it's more of importance to like see them as much as I can. No way whatsoever am I ready to get back home.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Especially with us just leaving out, and we already had a 3-year break from an actual official tour. I'm glad to be gone, but just having the opportunity to like, let me steal away and get some hugs and kisses, like, yeah.
No, for sure. Especially with, you're excited to hit the road running, right? But And you can kind of think about it this way if you like, but the way I'm seeing it's like anything could have happened in the year and a half from now while you're away from home, and it's like this was the reassurance that you needed to get going, and now you're extremely locked in. I know last few months in between the last two times we had the other podcasts, you've been kind of going through some stuff, you know, on like the spiritual side, kind of like mental side. So I wanted to touch on that in a sense. Like you threw the word balance around a lot. So when it comes to balance, how has that been implemented in your life within the last few months?
Well, I switched up my diet. I think since we've done our first podcast sit down, I actually ended up doing like a water fast, man, just to reset my body, you know, realign my body, realign my mind, detox, filter out stuff. You know, in our field, it can be a lot of like alcohol drinking. You know, everybody
Yeah.
has their vice. You know, and for me, it's just all about having balance. If I'm a throw back a couple of shots, I need to make sure I am drinking a lot of water as well. You know, it's that balance thing, you know?
Yeah,
It's
for
almost
sure.
like me being like a natural Libra, a being balanced.
Same here.
You know? So, in everything that I do, that's just kind of like how I, you know, have implemented certain things in my life. I've been adding more vegetables and more fruit because I know we have a long schedule and our bodies will last as long as we, you know,
We take care of them.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coming home wasn't just a visit, it was a reset, a reminder of balance, purpose, and pace. Sometimes the most important part of the journey is to pause.
So I'm like, since I know we're gonna have like last night after the show, we were done maybe like 11:30. We ended up leaving at like midnight 30, and ended up landing here in Dallas at 7 a.m.
Oh, Lord.
So like we had to get our rest on the plane, where most of our band members can't even sleep on the plane.
Yeah.
So it's just like just being rest deprived and just trying to find how to implement the balance. So since we have like these crazy schedules, like me eating vegetables and me adding more water, more coconut water, all of those things, even juicing more is a big thing for me. I'm into now that I love. I bought a juicer before I left on tour. Well, that's my favorite device. I'm
Right.
like, yo, I'm getting older for sure. You
Yeah.
know? But just taking care of myself so this machine can be at top tip shape is like the goal. Again, the goal for me in my lane right now is to treat this artistry lane like an athlete. The athletes, they get up early in the morning, they hit the gym, they are dedicated to their diet so they can go out there and play all four quarters. So I want to treat what I'm doing the same way, you know?
So, okay, before we, switch gears, are you taking vitamin D?
Vitamin D, vitamin C, B12, multivitamin, magnesium, calcium, apple cider vinegar,
Yeah, everything.
everything. Yeah.
This dude is taking everything except for steroids at this point.
No steroids.
But it's crazy though because you need like a lot of people don't understand that as a touring musician, that you're out there giving it 110%, just like any athlete.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, just because he's on stage with an instrument or singing their voices out, it's like, no, he's out here doing strenuous physical activity with the guitar, performing. Because I mean, we're not at a symphony playing do.
Exactly.
No, you're running around the stage, jumping around, riffing, going with your bandmates and
flipping,
just
all of the things. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, you're giving a show.
Yeah.
And so aside from the physical aspects of you taking care of yourself, what are some of the things that you're doing on this tour on the mental side? Because, again, like being away from your loved ones can be stressful at times because you don't have that rock to lean on all the time. But how are you grounding yourself mentally?
You know what, man? I started doing something I should have been doing a long time ago, but I've gotten very intentional about journaling.
Most people imagine tour life as chaos, loud, constant, overwhelming. But some of the most meaningful moments happen in the quiet when thoughts finally catch up.
Like, even if I'm really tired, I still make time to go in my room, even if it's just for like 10 minutes. And I'll just date it, put the time, and then write out everything that happened in that day so I can just like reflect on it. And as I'm writing it, everything's just coming back to me. And then I'm able to like pray over it and just, look forward to a better tomorrow,
Yeah.
But journaling has really been good. I've been vlogging more and just kind of becoming more vulnerable with myself as well as whoever I'm making a vlog for, the consumers.
Yeah.
And I'm just like allowing people inside of this particular world, because a lot of people don't know. Like, I've even been finding like certain things on touring so people can know that we just not up there getting on stage having fun. Like, we having fun,
Yeah.
but it's still considered work. This is our job, just like the person goes and do their 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. So when it comes to journaling, what do you typically do when you journal? Are you just saying, do you make a list of things that are affecting you in ways to improve, or it's just a way to vent?
It's a way to vent and also remember. I know for me personally, I've done this weird thing where I've kind of trained my brain to act as a hard drive, which it is.
Yeah.
But I filter out what does not need to remain in my hard drive, and I keep what needs to be in there so I can have more memory space. But the journaling aspect of it, man, is really to, like you said, to vent, but to also process. And then I want to be able to look back a year from now and go back and say, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, we were in this part of Canada. I've never been there before. I've never seen this much snow. Just kind of documenting, and then I'm able to date stamp it and go back and look at certain videos in my phone, because I'm also doing the video aspect of it as well.
No,
and then
for
if I
sure.
want to, I can always do a voiceover for later, any kind of content. And who knows, it'll even probably curate some kind of a mental aspect of it to where I'm helping somebody get through their day-to-day routine of life,
No, of course, because
answers.
it's kind of like where it's basically it's relatable.
Yeah.
We're all humans at the end of the day. Like, one thing I learned about being a person is that there are universal truths out there, and those universal truths are the things that we all share, no matter what caliber of life we're in.
Yep.
But I wanted to circle back to you visiting your family earlier today, because I remember we had talked prior, and you had mentioned something about like this is like the first year where you missed Thanksgiving, but like you lost a relative.
Yeah.
This visit home was different. It was the first one without his grandfather, the foundation of his family. And now Justin feels the same strength rising in him, asking him to step forward, to carry what was passed down. Some roles aren't chosen, they're inherited.
I lost my grandfather at... My bad, I got caught up. It made me emotional. It's crazy. But, my bad.
No.
I lost my grandfather in January, and it was our first holiday without him, first birthday without him. And being off of the road, being away is just a little interesting, just because I have been the strength for my family. And a lot of my cousins say I have like the same heart as my grandfather, so I'm honored by that, But not having that physical presence here has just been interesting. But I'm proud of myself because I documented so much of the beautiful moments with my grandfather. I videotaped every moment. I voice recorded a lot of moments. Even for Thanksgiving, I wasn't able to be there, but I had a video of me and my grandfather playing the guitar that nobody even know I captured.
Yeah.
But he was singing Happy Thanksgiving to the family. So I was able to drop that into our family chat, and that helped the family, because they also realized, like, man, this is a new normal for us now, But starting the year all super rocky, man, super rocky, but I was geared up for it. And now ending the year with the major world tour,
Mm-hmm.
it's like the perfect like pick me up.
No,
You
for
know,
sure.
the perfect keep me busy, the perfect. I feel like God granted me like yeah, you had a rough year, but here's something that's gonna like pick you up and take you into the next year on a different kind of high.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I needed it. Yeah,
No,
I definitely needed it for my own personal sanity. You know,
no. I can
so
definitely relate with the sentiment.
yeah,
It was a few years ago where I lost my grandmother on my dad's side, but it was under the weirdest circumstances because she had came from Mexico
hmm.
to stay at my uncle's, and I don't really talk about this too much because it's hard, right, when you lose
Yeah,
a grandparent. But I remember she came that summer, and I got to take. We knew she was gonna pass away because she told us she's like, "Yeah, I'm not coming back up here.
well,
Yeah, I'm not coming back up here. I think I'm gonna die in the next 6 months in
wow,
Mexico." But she told us that, and we were just like, okay,
whoa,
all right, we're listening. And it didn't really hit until it actually happened.
wow, wow,
So I was kind of in that same boat with you where we, spent those first holidays because we used to spend Christmas, Thanksgiving,
yep,
Easter, all at
yep,
my grandma's house
yep,
every Sunday,
yep,
boom,
yep,
right there.
yep, same,
That's where we do the presents at and all that
yep,
stuff. And, reflecting on it, it's like, it's beautiful to cherish that moment with those relatives, but then at the same time, we have to live and honor it for them.
mm,
And a
mm,
great way you're honoring your grandfathers by being that rock
yeah, for
for
sure,
your family.
yeah, and I take pride in it, man. I spent so much time with my grandfather, and I've watched him be a very honorable man. And for me to see that as an example was amazing because now I carry that everywhere I go, everywhere, every stage, every room I enter, you name it. Like I remember him walking with his chest up, head up high,
Yeah.
chest out, head high, and I love walking like that because it reminds me of him, but it also makes a statement even to me and people that's consuming that energy in that
Mm-hmm.
moment. So shout out to our grandparents, man, and everybody out there that's experienced a loved one, leaving. It's inevitable for sure, but things get better, you know,
No,
for
100%.
sure.
I wanna switch gears a little bit and talk about some of the things that you're looking forward to into 2026. I mean, of course, obviously the tour, right? But
Right, right.
aside from that, are there certain places within the tour you are excited to go to?
Oh, I'm excited to go to Italy. I
It's
am.
definitely a world tour. That's
Yeah, it definitely is, man. I'm excited to go there. I think I heard like Dubai had something to do with it. I could be making that up. I don't know, but
he's like, please let us go to
you
Dubai.
know what I'm saying? But I'm excited to do that. I'm excited. I'm super excited to hit New York City again.
Hmm.
Whether it's Madison Square Garden or Barclay, like both of them are like very staple rock and roll energies,
Energy.
So I'm just excited to get in there soon and like tap in
Yeah.
and bring some rock star energy there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Has there? Okay, so I mean, yeah, you have been on tour for a few weeks now, but has there been any moment that stuck out since then, since the beginning of the tour that really like resonated with you? Was there a particular crowd that kind of like it showed you a little bit more energy, like a different kind of energy?
Man, no, man. I think we're on our 6th show. We're going on our 7th show.
Mm-hmm.
And the energy is pretty insane from
Mm-hmm.
all. Like right now, it's no judging of who's the best. Only because everybody's been anticipating us coming back.
Oh yeah.
And everybody's been anticipating like what we were gonna do with the new music, and I feel like everybody's just receiving like a real shock factor, like wow. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of work that went into the tour. Just watching my guys, Slim and Bass, put in a lot of hours. We've all put in a lot of hours, but
Mm-hmm.
those guys in particular put in a lot of hours. Kale's being very meticulous and very detail oriented, and watching him work his magic and produce something special for the audience. And and the consumers has been like really cool and eye-opening. You know, especially with me being like a creative director at heart and sitting back and watching and understanding what's going on. It's a fun ride to see it, like from the rehearsal moments of us just being in a blocky, empty room to now I'm bringing in other creative minds and like just piecing the whole thing together. It's just been a really amazing trip, you know?
I've seen some I've seen some videos and pictures of the set.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the set. Like, who came up with it? Like,
Kels, man. Kels. He
That-
always has like a very genius way of I have something to say that the world needs to hear. You know? So yeah, I think the entire set is genius all the way around, you know.
It's definitely a sight to be seen for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
If no one's seen any of the content from the tour, I suggest to go get you tickets. There's gonna be a show here in Dallas. Like, what was it,
Like
like
in May, I
May
believe,
or
yeah.
so? I'm assuming it's gonna be Dos Equis?
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be the
May or AAC?
I think it's the one at the Fair
Dickey?
Park.
Oh, the Cotton Bowl? No, the one at the Fair Park is Dos Equis.
Okay, Dos Equis, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think even by then, once we get to the second leg of the tour, to be like, I think our stage and everything might be like a little
A little different.
different. The show will be totally different, especially with us partnering up with Wiz Khalifa. It's just gonna be a different
Yeah.
energy, you know.
Yeah, how did the Wiz Khalifa collab come along?
Hey, they're friends. So Kels just has a genius way of just kind of putting things together. So we just riding with it. Like,
Man,
cool.
it's crazy to see. It's crazy to see the things that come out of, great minds and then collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. A couple of more things I wanted to touch on aside from that. It's that you've also been focusing on making some of your music on the side in a sense, right? Last time we talked, you were dropping a project, and how has that been working out for you in terms of creativeness, the process behind it, and how are you developing as an artist from that?
Well, it's actually a really amazing development because now I'm able to take in a lot of what I'm consuming in other countries. And like, for example, I didn't come home for Thanksgiving, but we were on the bus just going across cities, and cities of just tons and tons of snow. Tons and tons of snow. And I was just able to just kind of gaze out of the window and just take it in. Just like, I'm from the South. We'll never see this much snow. So just being able to like take in that energy. We have a really amazing bus driver by the name of Connor, and like he's so gentle and kind. So when I encounter a spirit or an energy like that, that even pours into the art. That even pours into how I might create some, or how he's adding to how I feel that day. And then I'm able to like meet some cool new fans. It's a lot of people I feel that I'm still kind of new. Like they're still recognizing my face or becoming, familiar with who I am. And I think it's like really incredible that I'm able to even pull from them.
Yeah.
And be very intentional about the music. I dropped Better Days before the tour started, and Better Days really got a lot of great reception, just because of the message behind it, It was recorded great, of course, and the message, again, we're still going to do a push for it, but now that I'm on this tour, it's just like my mind is just kind of being, let me make sure I get the job done and execute it. But I've still been cranking up stuff, man. I think I mentioned that I was starting like a country duo with one of my good homies. Like, we're still writing and working on records so we can have something to drop at the top of the year. Like, it's getting exciting.
I think it's very important to be able to pour into that specific part of yourself because it serves as a creative outlet for you as a creative.
Yeah.
In addition to, like you said, quote unquote, getting the job done.
Yep.
Because, you're on stage having the time of your lives, playing your heart out. But, you got to make sure you address every aspect of yourself as a creative. And some of that just means, hey, I want to do some of my own stuff as well.
Yeah, that's true. with the proper boundaries and balance, you know.
Of course.
But like you said, it is definitely a creative outlet to be able to just still express. And it's me sitting down with my computer and creating is no different than somebody wanting to sit down and open a coloring book and color. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it, and that's what makes it fun for me, man. I enjoy creating art via music, man. I'm excited to tie back into it. Plus, being on the road with all producers, the whole band are producers, so that also keeps the energy going and vibrant. You know?
No, for sure. I think, and it's funny because that ties into my next question with, you know, you being on the bus and being around all these other like elite level creatives, right? I mean, you know, you're on, like you said, the bus drive across the country or to the next city. Maybe you're working on something, they can give you that input, and you know, to sum it up, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
But family isn't the only people waiting at home. On the road, through the late nights, exhaustion, laughter, chaos, another family forms.
For sure, big time. Yeah, and it's fun, man. Like, we all got gear on the bus. We got our guitars, our basses, our computers, our beats, our drums, whatever it is that we need, we got it. So, and we all look forward to recording. Like, Kales is definitely one that he'll be recording before the show start, and then after the show, he'll go right back in there, and he might start recording again, or you'll see him off in the corner, like, writing lyrics. So he's always tapped in, whatever we're doing, you know?
Yeah.
So that keeps me motivated.
It's got a, you know, before we wrap this up, I saw something about him having a fever a couple of days ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a clip, and he's still pushing.
Still pushing, man. Like, we've all been loading up on our vitamin C's. He's making sure the band is taking the vitamin C's as well, you know. We're even doing like IVs and stuff, so we can get so we can get extra replenishing, man, because it's just important, man. We're older, we're not, you know, super young again, so we got to do the things that we can do for our bodies to clap back faster than normal.
No,
you know?
for sure.
Yeah,
man, dude, I wish we had more time to talk. It looks like it's about showtime coming up soon.
Almost showtime,
about an hour and a
man.
half, and you got to get back ready.
Doing Jingle Ball, man. I've heard so many people talk about it. I've never done it. My folks are the first ones that told me about it, actually. They were like, oh, we saw in the news you guys are going to be. I'm like, how y'all hear about it? I don't even know about it yet. But then it ended up coming on the schedule, so I was like, I guess we are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool to be in my hometown, man. It feels good to just breathe Texas air and just, you know, even though it was like 52 degrees today, the sun was out, but it's the most sun we've seen in all week.
Oh yeah, because y'all guys were in Canada. Y'all guys were in what, like?
Yeah.
Where else were y'all at? Like Illinois or something like that?
We went from Arizona to Florida, back to Arizona to Canada to Denver. We just kind of been coasting around, you know.
Yeah.
So now, we are in Dallas, and then we'll be flying out first thing tomorrow to Chicago.
Oh yeah.
So we're just moving, man.
Yeah.
So,
man, Justin, I really want to thank you, man, for making the time for this. I know there was a lot of planning going on between this. We've been talking about it for like a week, but man, dude, getting to catch up with you again right before you take off for that year and a half.
Yeah,
I gotta give you your props, man. You're really out here doing what you say you're doing at a high level, doing the right things to get yourself prepared and stay in that locked in zone.
Yeah, man.
In order to make things happen.
Yeah, man, it's important to me, man. I ain't stopping yet, but I want to say I appreciate you too. You know I could tell you via text, but I appreciate you because you have some really great energy. I think you're one of the first podcasters that probably have ever hit me up and was just like, how can my company help boost your awareness of your company? I love what you stand for. So, and you've been backing that up. So I appreciate you for even, giving your time and spaces as well, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because
the art.
For me, man, it's very important to be able to pour into those who pour into you.
For sure.
And I kind of learned that the hard way in a sense, where maybe you pour into the wrong people, but then you realize hey, it's not personal. But when you pour into those people who pour into you, you know, we met through Business Class Steve. And then we had a really good conversation. I got a lot of good feedback from that, and just that conversation that we had prior to this one was very insightful. It felt like you were coming out of your shell, being more vulnerable, and I can understand that, right? Because a lot of people, especially me, sometimes we struggle with vulnerability, and then I think it just takes an individual to feel that same way to kind of like say, nah, man, let's talk about it some more. Let's get it out there. Because at the end of the day, we're the only ones that get to write our own story. And if we're not writing our story, I mean, then who's to say, you know, what happens to us in 5 or 10 years?
Very true, man. And you're opening up a platform for us as men to be able to talk and share. Because most men, we don't have that outlet to do so.
Here, we're just two grown men in different avenues having a open and honest conversation, man.
But this is therapy, though. Like, feeling and learning to be more comfortable is a form of therapy exercise, because you're slowly just taking off the onion peels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even asking somebody how their day is, I think that is therapy, because most people don't even care about how somebody's day. So asking somebody how their day is, I think that's very classy of a person to do.
I think it's something that, before we wrap this up, I keep saying it, but it's the Hispanic in me where we say bye like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it's like, okay, now the 4th or 5th time is actually bye, for real. But, man, I just lost my train of thought. No. I think it's very important as individuals that we realize that everybody is the main character in their own story, and nobody's life is less valuable than the other. Just because you're having a good day, that person outside on the other side of the curb, I mean, you know, he's the main character in his own life too.
That's true.
We just have to kind of respect that duality of life, where we, you know, we're the main character in our own life, but to them, I mean, we're just another NPC.
Yeah. I definitely feel like we're all, what's the word? I don't want to say we're all farmers, but we kind of are, though. Because I believe in, like, seed planting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like every person you meet, you have an opportunity to plant something, like plant a seed. But what kind of seed are you going to plant? You know?
Oh, for sure.
Even if it is a walk by of the homeless man, like just stopping and actually having a conversation, that's a seed plant. Because now he's probably like, man, I feel heard now. I've been asking God, like, who's going to hear me? And here you go, and you walked up and talked to me. You know, it's the little things.
No, for sure.
So yeah, man, I love this. I love just evolving in life and just exploring the world and just pushing the envelope. You know.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we're just gonna go and wrap this up because the producer is telling me, there's no producer, by the way, but the producer is telling me that Justin has to get on stage in about an hour and a half. So you guys, I want to thank y'all for joining this special episode with Justin Lyons, aka Guitar Slayer.
It's been a pleasure.
Man, I really want to thank you for coming on and doing this again, man, for sure.
Indeed, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you
for
too.
Sure, man. Indeed,
all right, brother.
Man.
We're going to catch y'all guys on the next one. Hopefully, if you're seeing this in a different state, country, city, make sure you check out the tour so you can see Justin do his thing on the big screen.
Man, here we go. Be there.
24 hours. A short visit, but long enough. Enough time to reconnect. Enough to remember. Enough to carry forward. And now, with family in his heart and a legacy in his voice, it's time to step back into the world waiting for him.
Thank you, we are MGK. I'll see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.